Hi, here are the instructions to set up your own Musescore file so that you can present your ostinato and hear it back. So once you've downloaded Musescore, you'll get a file that opens that looks a bit like this. You want to create a new score. Click on that. This is where you can call it whatever you like. I usually just call mine blah 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 by blah 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 and subtitle blah blah blah. And the lyricist is the person that writes the words. You can copyright it if you like because it's your work. Next. Choosing instruments. So with this activity, it's really important to get this right because this depends on how many people you've got in your group and that sort of stuff. So we're only using unpitched percussion. So you can choose whether you use triangles or you might have a whole range of different things. Click on add and they will appear over here on the right. So I'm going to go triangle, a symbol, and clave, which are the sticks that you hit together. Next. Don't need to worry about this. Next. And we are in 4 beats in a bar, so that is correct. But if you did want to change that, you could. But depending on what you've got your score written in. Finish, and your screen looks like something like this. So it's ready to put notes in. So now I basically choose the type of note that I want to use, and I'm copying off my sheet. There should only be 4 bars on your sheet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I click on that bar line and then enter, that's what it looks like. So it gives you a bit more room. And in fact, I'm going to get rid of the rest of these bars. So I'll select the first one and the last one, select them all. And then we go to edit, measure, because another name for a bar is a measure, delete selected measure. And we get something that looks a bit like this. So that looks a bit more like what you have on your sheet. So then to input notes, you simply choose the values that you will use. So at the moment, I'm going to start off with a 1 beat note. Notice down here, there's like a little edit drum set thing right down on the bottom left. They're the different notes that you can put in. Click A, and that will appear. Now if I have 2 faster ones joined together, 2 1/8 notes, I select this one with a little tail, still on N, and if I put 1 in, A, notice how there's 1, put the next one in on the next rest, and they'll automatically join up. In fact, if it's 4, they'll automatically join up. The program's actually doing that part of the work for you. If I have a rest, 1 beat rest, I've chosen the 1 beat note, I go right over here to the right, click on this little rest thing, and pop it in. Then I want to take the rest off, the next one, and I'll go back to my A. This is what happens if I put B. Oh, makes it a bit different. B, A, B, A, A, A. Line 1. Line 2, I'm going to do some random stuff now. Single. Whoa. So again, I'm pushing A. Now, if I want 4 fast ones, super fast ones with the 2 lines on the top or the 2 beams, oh, sounding good. And then on my 3rd line for the clave, I am being a bit random here. Hopefully you'll be copying your sheet. So now if I go right back to the start, I can play. How beautiful is that? If you wanted to try other instruments and just use 1 note per instrument or a couple of notes, you can experiment with notes, but this is not really about A's and B's and C's and things. This is more about just getting the rhythm and the beats right. If it's too soft when you're listening back, if you go right up to the top here to view play panel, you notice there's a volume tab and a tempo. That tempo is the speed. So say if I crank that up a little bit, imagine how good this is going to sound. My little play panel is up the top here. Go back to the start. Nice. So I think you're ready to go. You can export this file, export as a PDF, which means you can print it easily. You can put it on your OneNote. Or if you'd like to have an audio copy of it, you can export as, click on the drop down, you can choose wave audio. Standard MIDI file is something you could put into GarageBand and then add drums and make it sound even better, much better than mine anyway. And MP3 is another possibility. So go for it, knock yourselves out.